That'll be on. Okay.
Okay, so the way this will work is Richard's going to do an introduction into road to logistics.
Yep.
He'll then hand over to Jim Davidson, who's going to talk sort of care of the combat, and he will then introduce you.
Okay.
So we'll sort of control the slide up to this point.
Yeah.
And we'll go through to that. So at that point you'll, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Nice transition there, like that.
No expense spared.
No, exactly. And then you'll just, it's just a normal.
Just control that, yeah, okay.
Clicker through the slides.
Yeah.
Right. Do you want to?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
So
I mean,
you've
apart
got,
from that one, there's
when
only
you're-
one on each slide, really, to be
When
fair.
you're sort of, you've got the content
Yeah,
monitor,
seen that,
so you
yeah.
can see. And then, so we're going through to the, you've got a question behind you, so
Yeah.
click through. Right, so when you get to this point, read the question out.
Yeah.
Does your company, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
read out the answer options, and then you say vote now.
Okay.
And so if you do that on with the mics now, you'll see what happens. Okay, so read your question, read the answers, and say vote now as if you were speaking to the audience.
What, you want me to...
Yeah.
Those are the options. Vote now. Oh, wow. Okay.
At that point, so that's
It's a bit like countdown, isn't it?
yeah, a bit like one people So when the voting is finished,
Yeah.
that will then happen.
Right,
So
okay.
you've got the opportunity to then sort of talk to that.
Yeah.
Say, okay, yeah, that's interesting. And then then they come back to your slides, and it will be on to the next slide.
I mean, that is the last slide, I think. Thank you for listening,
So
partner.
then it'll come back onto that.
Okay.
Now what we'll do is we'll have some chairs set up over here.
Yeah.
We've got that Q&A element of the session.
You see, can I just point out that that was what I got asked to do? Would you be involved? Would you be interested in coming and doing a QA panel?
Right. Okay.
And then it kind of, what about presentation? 1,000 people?
5 minutes. Yeah. Same thing, really.
Okay.
So what we'll do is at the start of the session there'll be some chairs
Yeah.
along here.
Is that where we're starting from then as well?
No.
or-
So at the start of the session, Rich will come up. The chairs will be there, but empty.
Yeah.
So he will do his bit. When he's finished, he'll introduce you to this, and then you will go and sit down.
Okay.
When Jim's finished, you will go and sit down. When you finish, you go and sit down.
So is somebody coming up and introducing the
So
next
at the end,
speaker?
you then introduce Paul Valero.
So I'll introduce Paul?
Yes.
Or he? Right, okay.
Have you met Paul?
No?
Paul, can we borrow you a moment?
I'm in charge.
Paul, this is
Hello,
Darren
Paul.
from Sudbury.
Darren, pleased to meet you,
You
Mr.
too.
Paul. Governor Doug. Shoot
Governor.
away from
Darren, please.
Yeah. Oh no, I've just said that, but just like nicked it right through my slide, my notes, I will slide, as you know, so obviously referring to obviously what you said.
Yeah.
What Jim says. But yeah, I had,
Sure.
had a good time at afternoon up
Yeah.
with the guys.
Absolutely.
So we were just talking about the sort of the way this is going to work. So basically, Richard's doing the first bit. We'll lay out some chairs. But so Richard will come on. He'll do his bit. Introduce Road to Logistics.
Yeah.
He'll then go and sit down when he's finished. But he'll introduce Jim, who will then come on. So he will then do his bit. When he finishes, he will go on. He'll go and sit down. But he'll introduce Darren. Darren will come on and do his bit.
Yeah.
And he'll introduce you. Go and sit down.
Yeah.
Likewise, when you're going to sit down, Bob will then join you on stage, sit down as well.
Okay.
And then Quentin is going to manage the Q&A.
Okay.
So we have these, I've seen that, but they're interactive devices that will be on each.
Yeah.
So
As per normal.
But people could submit questions to them, so then that will.
Okay. So when I introduce Paul then, there's something that can come on the screen about titles and stuff, or?
So, titles and stuff. So you've got your.
Oh, there you go.
So then we've just got that slide, and that will be on screen while you're.
Fab.
While you're talking.
Fine.
Okay.
And then after that, and don't worry too much about progressing that.
No.
We'll add another slide at this point. Right. There needs to be a break at that point. So there'll be a sort of Q&A type thing while that's happening. And then at the end, Quentin will ask this question.
All your notes, Darren.
I've just got, no, I've got all the print off. I'm stupid.
Anyone's got to get your barcode.
I brought my barcode, in fact I printed it off twice because I didn't say no, it did come through twice.
Yeah, we've actually quite a lot of people said they never got them actually, or really had trouble getting them.
No. What people forget to do is right-click
Show
down on the
images,
images.
Yeah, the images, yeah.
That's what they forget to.
Actually, I was didn't actually. I own Theo couldn't get it to start.
I haven't even done mine.
We'll let you. No, that won't happen.
Yeah.
So that's the final bit, and then once
Fine.
that's finished, we'll just head off stage. There's some stairs that way, and
Sound.
head back and sit down. And
Okay.
then the following session is friend over here who will, Mr. Hay. Hopefully won't be looking at his phone at the point.
Paging Mr. Hay.
He's going to amble on in a very sort of cool fashion. He's not really bothered.
He's laid back, you know. No phases.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Cool, calm, collected.
Darren.
Hi Darren, Nick Hay.
Yeah, good to meet you, mate.
And you?
Yeah, so at this point, Quentin will come on. He will introduce you and then sort of welcome you onto stage. And then your slides are... sorry, I'll switch those around. That's your slides.
Yep, take it away.
So yeah, I'll swap those back round.
When I said that to you, he said, shut up and get on with it.
It's
Ah,
good
wait
to
till
see
last
they've
slide.
got 2 owls, haven't they?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
it
know
has,
that.
yeah.
Wow.
Yes, and I'm told to never get it wrong.
I'm sure. He's probably fed up with telling people himself. Yeah.
So that will, Quentin will come on and do that. The next slide will actually be that one. I'll swap those 2 round now.
That's fine.
And then you're off after that.
Okay.
So do you want to have a run through your
Yeah,
slides
can
now
do
while
quickly.
So you've got your content monitor down here, so you don't have to sort of look behind you all the time.
Yeah.
Right, so at this point when you've got a question to ask,
Give me time.
see if they remember this. I've told them about what we're doing in terms of not
Okay.
explaining your answer straight away. So you read the question, give the answer options,
Yep.
and then say vote now.
Okay.
So if you can do that now, that would be as a driver.
Do you believe you're in the top 50% of car drivers? Yes or no? Vote now.
That's it, don't do, yeah, it'll go on to... Vote now.
I see you're a bit quiet there, right?
Because you're not...
Was it?
Well, I don't know. I'm
I can be louder.
thinking of excuses for them.
Yeah.
Them all then pop up.
Okay.
You hear this music coming as well.
I'll do a jig.
So, right, so yeah, they have remembered. So we're
Great.
not explaining the answers at this point.
Okay.
We'll just say, so you know that's complete. So do the same again. Keep, just talk into the mic so they hear you.
So, have you been involved in an incident including including at low speed in the last 12 months? Yes or no? Vote now. Do I click at that point?
We'll have it a bit quicker on the day. So that's great, so that works.
Excellent.
And now,
Yeah.
they will come back to your
And I was
side.
at this discussion with Sharon because
carry on.
what I
Yeah.
wanted to know is whether I was supposed to
Okay.
talk about it, whether Bob was going to introduce you, or somebody else was going to introduce you, or whether it was just going to be kind of a big reveal at the end.
So you wing it like me then?
Well, I can do.
So that's when the answers will come up. Great.
I mean, I talk about basically.
Guys, can you display the answer at that point? Loomy, guys.
What open are, costly offending,
They may not collect any data.
Okay.
So they'll run through that.
Yeah, and then they'll flick back onto my slides.
They'll go then back onto the slides.
Okay.
So there you go. And then back onto the slides on the main deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that goes. So
Thank
can
you.
copy those answers.
Yeah.
We'll click through to the next one.
Yeah.
And then we'll go back to the presentation.
Yeah.
Which won't be that slide, it'll be the next
That's
slide
fine.
that you're actually listening
Yeah.
to. Okay.
Yeah. That's on that. I'll say about that.
Great.
Yeah.
Take it a bit.
Is that the last one?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you
If I click through to Quentin and then. Okay.
yeah, whether you
And-
do or not, it doesn't actually matter.
Okay. Great. And
Bad news self-focus. So if somebody runs off,
questions?
it's another offence.
So, yes, good point. So once you finish speaking,
Will Quentin chair those?
yeah, Quentin will so stay on stage.
Yeah.
Quentin will come up.
Yeah. Stand back.
What a
Give me
great
space.
presentation. Yeah, just sort of like
Yeah.
over here somewhere.
Yeah.
And he will then put questions to you.
Give me a bit.
So, yeah, just make sure you're during the break just to get mic'd up and stuff.
Yeah.
That's more backup actually. We might actually just get those away.
To be honest, I'm more like to
Yeah, yeah.
wander around a bit. So.
Guys, do we need to do anything with mics at this point in terms of lapel mics? Or are we just going to sort that out tomorrow?
So when
Richard, the opening.
if you're happy with that, then
Thanks, Jonathan.
that's good.
Wonderful.
Tonight as well.
Yeah.
So, and it's also I think Thursday as well. So. No, that's something that they're doing with care of the commons.
Oh, right, okay.
Sound.
Okay, Bob.
Cool with that now.
So, so if you want to, so yeah, you'll have a radio. So we've got to decide whether we keep it, don't we? The speakers actually set up.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Be ready now.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll probably leave the microphones on there just as background.
Yeah. Not very well.
Great.
All right. Yeah. Fine. So yeah.
Well, I'll have my cards on there anyway. So.
Right. Fine.
We'll always use these.
I've
be
got
clutching
some
like that, won't you?
projection there, so, you know,
It's when you start getting
my
crouched
sound guy
down.
always
and
goes mad.
Don't worry.
All right. Well, that's he has about 3 different mics, and if we get them swapped around with my mate, and he's got a really quiet voice, and if he picks my mic up, it just don't work at all. But
You guys are happy in terms of sort of handing over to the next?
yeah, fine.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You're obviously the last
Yes,
speaker
fine,
anyway,
it's
so
fine.
actually
That's
it's
still last, mate.
yeah.
I've got to be around. I've got to stay around, haven't I?
You have, yeah.
Look after me governor.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not.
You can just say thanks very much and then
I've got to
head
take
for
the bullets
the
and
head for the
everything.
seats. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there'll be a seat there for you, and it'll.
Some minders, you haven't seen me when I'm looking after it.
Well, you might get recruited then if you're particularly good at it.
Right, we'll
I've
see
warned
later.
our staff not to try any selfies because the personal protection officer will be flattening anybody that tries to press.
I told Bob the story last time. I was in the area of Princess Sarah's at the CV show years ago,
Right.
and she was a guest of Iveco, and his person in working. And this guy with this man in black geezer come up to me, tap me on the shoulder, excuse me, I'd like to know where you keep going for a cigarette. Serious, I didn't know they were going for a cigarette. He went, well, that's what he's been out for, isn't it? And there's 2 places you can go, one out in the Arboretum where everybody goes, or I go a bit further down, there's nobody there. Next time you go out, my friend and will follow them, and they were stuck from here to there, away from each other. I'm having a fag, she's having a fag. And she, all the things she said to me, there's not many of us left now, is there? It's the only thing she ever said to me. But I'll shit myself when he comes at me on the shoulder.
Right.
I've done nothing.
I share a cigarette with Prince. It's not bad.
She's probably stopped now.
Yeah. All right. So you guys are happy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't I walk?
If you've got a radio mic on, yeah, I'd ask for a radio mic so you can.
Because I kind of want to go like that.
Yeah, you want a radio mic then, because these will only
Yeah.
pick you up if. It's really bright, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what, those lights were. I couldn't stand here and talk with those lights like that. That's me.
Oh yeah, and I've got to walk onto the music, haven't I? You're going to think, who the hell does does she think she is? How many seats are there here? 1,000. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll know actually in the morning because we've got a demographic question. We'll actually know. Yes, because you're not on till morning too, so we can tell you before. Okay, so right, if you take a seat as if you're sat down ready.
Where are we all sitting?
We'll put reserve signs out because we've got to figure that out in a bit. With yeah, it's not easier for Quentin anyway, actually. So, right, so I'm Quentin now. I hope everyone's ready. So I will then click through, introduce Leslie O'Brien, who's going to come on and talk about She's RHA. And then we're going to play the walk-on video. Chaps. Yeah. So come on, and whenever you feel that's right. Click over there. So once the video stops, the question is right. What we've actually done though, you added one slide, then the walk-on.
Okay.
Yeah. So then we'll come back and that'll be the slide that you then.
Fab.
Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I will just, I'm not here really.
Okay.
So you'll have a radio mic so you can walk around.
Okay, so I'm just going to talk now. I'm just going to do it, yeah?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And then you have a clear stage, so there won't be any seats or anything.
Okay. I'm going to just talk normal now then, without
Yeah,
a
that's
mic.
fine.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and then, you've got the clicker, so you're in control.
Okay.
Good morning. I'm absolutely delighted to have been invited here to speak at this conference and to promote She's RHA. I've been in the transport industry now for over 30 years, and for a great many of those years I have been working in a male-dominated environment. So I really, really am passionate about promoting this industry to women. She's RHA's focus is on supporting, mentoring and empowering women to be the best that they can possibly be at every age, at every skill set and at every job role. But before I tell you more about my journey in this industry and tell you about She's RHA, I would like to ask you my first question. And that is, what % of the transport and logistics workforce is men?
Would you mind being near the lecture just for today, so
Yeah. Yeah. What do I do now?
right, so when everyone comes to a question, what you do is read the question out,
Yeah?
then read the answers, and then say vote now.
Okay.
So if you
And then will you do the next bit?
yes, then it will
Okay.
all happen. So if you do that live, and then they'll
Okay. What percentage of the transport and logistics workforce is men? Please give your answers now. Oh, okay.
72, or
Okay.
92.
Okay.
And then you've got the other answers.
Okay. The answer is 92%. It really is quite alarming that out of a workforce of 1.7 million, only 8% are women, and only 2% are lorry drivers. That compares to Sweden, where 10% are lorry drivers, and there is a far more positive image of our industry. And here in the UK, 6% are bus drivers. So what are we doing wrong? If we consider that 80% of goods travel on our roads at any one time, if we consider that by the year 2022, we will need another 1.2 million in our industry. What are we going to do to make our industry more attractive? The McKinsey report said that a more diverse workforce performs better, and not only that, a less diverse workforce underperforms. Business in the Community said that if you have 3 or more women on the board, then that gives greater scrutiny, inclusion and collaboration. And by 2022, 66% of university graduates will be women. So we need to really look at all ends of the spectrum, how we can encourage women to enter our industry. So how did I become one of the 8%? How did I become part of this exclusive club? Well, let me tell you, at no point did I think I want to enter the world of transport. That was never proposed to me, and I would say that now in schools this is never ever given as a career option. My passion was languages, and I was told that I should do shorthand and typing because that's what they told girls, and if I did shorthand and typing, I would get a job in any industry. And they were partly right. So I studied languages, I went to work abroad, and then I came back for the winter. And I got a job at a transport company in Bradford called Gondrand. And there I was secretary to the general manager. But within 6 months, I was running the French department and the German department, which is real proof that women can succeed in this industry. And within 18 months, I had been headhunted by a French company called MJL. And they wanted me to open a company for them in the UK, which I did. I took that challenge, and there was just me, and the French operation had 10 vehicles. And we built that company from 10 vehicles to 100 vehicles. And when we thought we could not build it anymore, we sold out to Giro. And that was when my life changed, and I joined the international world of transport, because Giro had offices in France, Belgium, Germany, Poland, Italy, Romania. And I was director of Giro UK in Leeds, director of Giro UK in Birmingham. I took over Barber European in Scotland, another Giro company. I set up Giro UK Logistics in Bridgend, and at the same time I set up my own company, Freightlink Europe. I was controlling a turnover of 22 million. I managed to find time to get married and bring up 2 stepchildren. I had got multitasking to a fine art, and I was absolutely miserable because I was living in a man's world. When I went to meetings in France, I was one of maybe 50 men. My life was Leeds, Stirling, Bridgend, divisional head office in Belgium, head office in Paris. And in 2008, I escaped that world. You may think, well, that sounds so exciting, but let me tell you a few stories. The first customer I went to visit asked me if I shouldn't be at home doing the cooking. The first driver I disciplined for transporting cigarettes in his vehicle pinned me against the wall and said he'd never like to slap a woman, but he'd really like to slap me. And the first company I took over with the male board and I asked for a meeting, I was told, don't you worry your pretty little head, you don't really need to meet the staff, you just stay in the room. So I escaped that world and I went to my family business. And this really is where my She's RHA story begins. Because the issues that face a family business are far different for those working in a big international company where I had lots of departments that I could rely on for support. But actually I had no friends. And so when I joined the family business, I decided that I needed to expand my support mechanism, and I'd really like some friends. And so I went on an RHA Train the Trainer course. It was there that I met Edna Gill. I decided very, very quickly that Edna Gill was going to be my friend. Edna and I came from different worlds. Edna came from the world of the trade body, but I came from the nitty-gritty and often shitty world of transport. Edna was giving me facts, figures, rules, regulations. But in my world, it didn't work like that. And Edna and I talked and chatted and discussed and disputed until we brought our two worlds together. And if it hadn't have been for that support and encouragement of Edna Gill, I would have never been on the Regional Council of the Road Haulage Association and the board of the Road Haulage Association, and I would not be here now. And at one meeting, I met Lindsay Bowler. Lindsay Bowler works at Bowler Heavy Haulage in Stockport. She lives, breathes and sleeps transport. She is larger than life, and I decided she was going to be my friend. And so Lindsay joined the club, and we were going to the RHA annual lunch. But I like to have a good time. I'd like a little bit of work-life balance. And so I wasn't going to go to London without going the night before, going for a meal, going to the theatre, going to the Houses of Parliament. And so we decided to do that. And that's when Brenda Ward said she wanted to come along. Brenda Ward is director of Ward Brothers. Her and her husband and brother-in-law have built that business, and Brenda too lives in the world of transport. And as we were all going along, I said I would like to bring Sally Hall. Sally Hall is an inspiration. She works at Bunton's Heavy Haulage in Keighley. At the age of 21, she has paid for her Transport Manager CPC. She's running a fleet of vehicles. She is selling machinery to Sweden, and she has paid for her own Class 1 driving licence. She is an inspiration to all young girls, and that is the kind of girl that we need to bring into this industry. And that was the start of She's RHA. And when we were in London, we were having such a fun time, and what happens when you're having a fun time is everybody wants to get involved. And the guys were saying, what's going on here? And they thought that maybe we were talking about maybe the latest Chanel lipstick or maybe what's on at the theatre. But actually, we were talking about fuel consumption, risk assessments, credit control, financial standing. What do you do when driver 1, who's your best driver, thumps driver 2, and you'd really have liked to have thumped driver 2, and the legal beagles are telling you you've got to get rid of the first driver? And so it was then that Jim French, our chairman, said, you need to take this further and roll it out to other women. And very thankfully, Richard Burnett, our chief exec, supported that journey. And we'd also like to say thank you to Mercedes, who actually bought in to that vision. And so it was, in February of this year, we launched She's RHA at the Alchemist in Leeds. And let me tell you a few stories. We had almost 100 ladies. One lady who was a truck driver and a farmer from Scarborough did a day's work, came home, fed the children, fed the pigs, and then drove to Leeds. One lady who I'd been working with said, Leslie, I really wanted to come and support you today, but I don't come to these kind of do's. I don't like going into environments where we change business cards and try and promote our company. I feel uncomfortable, but that is not what She's RHA is about. I don't like going and so she thanked me, and so many other women came forward and said, this is what we need and this is the kind of environment that we want. That is not what She's RHA. So, if this is what women want, and so she... Yeah, well, I would say no. It's a little bit of all of them. Clearly, it's not none, because otherwise we'd have more than 8%. Yeah. Well, I will say yes, it is women themselves, because from a very, very young age, women and men are dealt with differently, and women have a louder little voice in our head saying, oh my goodness, we can't do that, we are going to get found out. It most certainly is not a lack of realistic opportunities. We have driving, fork truck, planning, marketing, accounts. We have a plethora of opportunities for women. We are a 24/7 industry that women can give them the flexibility that women want. And clearly it is a male culture. And we need to change that male culture. And let me tell you another little story. When we were ringing round getting women to come to the launch, I rang one company and I didn't know the name of any women there, and I said to the guy, I'd really like to invite some of your women to the launch of She's RHA. And he said, oh, we don't have any women, we just have 2 lorry drivers that are women. I said, well, that's great, we'd love them to come along. Oh no, you don't want to see them. And then I said, well, doesn't your wife work in the industry? And he said, oh, no, she wouldn't want to come. Little story. And I said, well, when we actually, your mother works in the industry as well, doesn't she? And he said, the launch. Oh, no, she wouldn't want to come. And I didn't know the name of any women. Do they like drinking? I said to the guy, he went, oh, yeah, they like drinking a lot. Really like to and I said, some of your women do they like chatting? Oh, yeah, they can chat for England. And he said, and I said, well, they just love to come to the launch. That are women. So we do really need to change those barriers. And in the words of Christine Lagarde, women need to have crocodile skin to get to the top. Oh, no, she wouldn't want to come. When I left Giro, and I said goodbye to some of the men, and I said, it was so intimidating going into that boardroom with all those men. And one of the men said to me, oh my goodness, Leslie, I can't believe that. We were in awe of you. We likened you to Maggie Thatcher. And actually, I took that as a compliment, but I had developed this outer, hard, protective skin to help me when I went into those meetings. So what are we going to do? What do we want to do? We want to create a network of champions, of women who can support one another, who can share best practice, who can share opportunities. But you know, we don't just want to mentor women, it would be nice to mentor men as well. And Ernst & Young, they have got a reverse mentoring project where the younger women have mentored the bosses to bring them into the 21st century. And what has happened there is that they found that they've changed their ideas on recruitment, they've changed their ideas on flexibility, and they've got more women on the board. We really, really want to work with schools because this is the next generation of people within our industry. It is so wonderful when you go into a school and you see a light bulb moment when they see what careers in transport and logistics is all about. When a young girl comes up to you and says, I was thinking of doing hairdressing, but now I think I might do transport. So I'm speaking to Think Logistics, and I'm thinking of working with Career Ready to go into schools. We can support the RHA and we can support government on policy. I have been talking about the driver shortage. I know that Elaine Harris from Action Express has also addressed the driver shortage. A few weeks ago, I went and spoke to the Department of Transport. It is really enlightening that they also realise that we need to address this problem of diversity, that from the age of 8, young girls are looking for careers that gives them autonomy and flexibility. Our careers can do that. But how much young girls are influenced by their mothers, and therefore they are looking for careers in nurturing and caring, and so that is what we need to do. We need to kind of make our industry show that. Andrew Jones, MP, has said She's RHA can be a beacon for our industry. So we need to take that challenge and so we step forward and we make it that beacon. And Charles Malik, who was a Lebanese philosopher and president of the United Nations, said the fastest way to change society is to mobilise the women of the world. We want to mobilise women in transport so that we can change the stereotype of our industry. There should be a DVD.
The RHA is at the CV show, the commercial vehicle show at the NEC in Birmingham this week, and we've been promoting She's RHA. It's about empowering, mentoring and supporting women in logistics.
If you think that at this moment in time, the
Guys, you can flick through to the end of the video, so we're back onto the final slide.
There's something falling down, so that's all I can do at the moment.
Fine. So that's it. So then.
Okay.
I'm just going to leave it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I really hope that I have made you think about the role you play in your company, about promoting women. Men, we absolutely need your help to take this forward. My biggest inspiration is my father. My greatest support is my husband, who said to me this morning when I left, "Leslie, be big, be strong, fly." I hope I've been big enough to make a change the way you will act. Ladies, I hope you will be strong and step forward to help me make this initiative fly. And if you are interested, please register at www.rha.uk.net. Go onto the events page, register your interest. Gentlemen, you can register for men, for your ladies. Yeah.
You be quiet. I've got your mark.
explain the technology? Okay, fine.
We'll jump back to the start once we've got.
Oh, okay. So wait a minute. So you want me to do this in chronological order, John?
No. So we'll do the road to logistics session, which is just where you made that note. Scribbled it out.
Okay.
So we're now at that point. So Leslie's just spoken. You've done the Q&A with her. She's left the stage. You're now introducing road to logistics.
Right.
And then, so you say a little bit about skills, and then just introduce Richard, and that's all you. That's all
No question.
No question.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Right. Here we go. Thank you very much indeed, Leslie. Our next session is Realising Talent from Untapped Sources, our road to logistics. So would you please put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back on stage, Richard Burnett. Richard.
Is that? I hope that's not me, Jim.
That was when you were in YMCA.
So, some things never change. Well, shall I just read through it? Let me just read through the first bit, just make sure the sound's all right. Your Royal Highness, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I want to say how pleased I am to be speaking to you at the 2016 Microlise Transport Conference. This event, the largest of its kind in Europe, has become synonymous with innovation in the haulage and logistics sector. Today, I'm delighted to announce another new initiative, Road to Logistics. Road to Logistics is an alliance partnership between the RHA, Microlise and the Armed Forces Veterans charity Care After Combat. I'm sure that some of you will be wondering, what does the UK's only organisation with sole responsibility for the road transport industry, a groundbreaking transport telematics company and a national ex-service personnel charity have in common? Well, let me explain. And then it'll be slide 2. I got the clicker. Right, okay. Perfect. Okay, good. As you know, our industry has a driver shortage of around 45,000, and recruitment to fill the gap has become a real challenge. We have an ageing workforce. The average age of the driver is about 57, and many are still retiring. So why are younger drivers not coming into the industry to replace them? Cost. Young hopefuls simply cannot afford the £3,000 it takes to get qualified. At last year's Conservative Party conference, I met Jim Davidson, Chairman of Care After Combat, a charity dedicated to supporting the many veterans who are vulnerable and need a hand to help them back into the community. Help cope with civilian life and, of course, regain their self-respect. Jim and I got talking about the impact of the driver shortage on the industry, and he had also been talking to Simon Weston about his, and Simon suggested that Care After Combat should look at ways of training veterans to become HGV drivers. If the industry needs drivers and Care After Combat needed jobs, there had to be a way that we could work together to make this happen. Soon afterwards, I was talking to Bob Harby. He mentioned in a meeting, soon afterwards I was talking to Bob Harby and mentioned my meeting with Jim. Bob told me that he'd been working with the prison governor to help reformed offenders to find their way back to society. After a long and close collaboration between the three organisations, Road to Logistics was born. I'm just looking at what you've done here, Kate, just in terms of Right, I see what you've done. Right, after a long and close collaboration between the three organisations, Road to Logistics was established. Road to Logistics is a not-for-profit organisation, part of the Microlise group of companies with 100,000 already invested. I'm pleased to chair the scheme, which will be run day-to-day by Bob Harby. Road to Logistics is an alliance that we've created to maintain, to create and maintain a national training programme to encourage new talent into the transport and logistics industry from sections of society where individuals need help and support to regain their self-confidence and independence. Care After Combat has the source for potential drivers. Microlise will create the training academies, and we, through our membership, have the jobs. So what's different about road to logistics? And this is the bit, Bob, as I'm kind of stepping through that I think we need to think about, because I think the way in which the words are pulled together. Well, I think if we can take the animation out and just deliver the slide, because I guess what we've got here, and we need to make sure that this actually fits properly and well. Before training begins, candidates will be rigorously assessed for their suitability, including a thorough medical examination. Those that pass will have to sign up to a strict road to logistics code of conduct. The conduct will cover all aspects of behaviour and professionalism, and will ensure that their prospective employers can be confident that they will be taking on someone in whom that confidence is well placed. We will be working with the training agencies to ensure that prospective graduates get a good grounding on a wide range of vehicles, including forklifts, thereby further broadening their skills base. This will include passing all of the expected theory tests. Graduates will emerge from the scheme as fully rounded individuals with many skills in addition to those of driving a HGV. Soft skills also form part of the curriculum, including writing a good CV, interpersonal abilities and first aid training. Often, a HGV driver is the first at the scene of a road accident. Microlise are already investing £100,000 in the initial group of prospective graduates, and we envisage that we will be ready for work in the autumn. Such is the confidence in the Road to Logistics programme that we will be taking the results to Westminster to gain a permanent funding stream for further entrance into the academies. The RHA is already working hard with government through the Trailblazer scheme to facilitate this. Following the question and answer session on this topic, we will be asking 3 important questions about this new groundbreaking industry initiative, and I know that Jim, Bob, Paul and I will be very interested in your responses. Thank you. There's another slide, isn't there? Right, okay, so we need to... Okay. Okay. Okay, so does your organisation already employ individuals with a criminal record? Yes or no? If you can vote now, please. Thank you. Okay. But you just don't know. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, now we've got the second question. Does your organisation actively recruit ex-military personnel? Yes or no? Can you please vote now? I think we can kind of put that into. I think if we open up that kind of second on the slide 5, where we kind of say we're working with other training agencies to ensure that prospective graduates get a good grounding. I think before that, if we say this is in no way a competitive agency, this is a niche. Yeah, and we're taking a less stressful, more appropriate Yeah, a softer approach. Yeah, yeah. Well, we can alter that. And how do we want to handle those questions in terms of when they're coming in? Quentin, are you likely to sort of interject, or what?
Guys, can we go back to the slides, please?
What, the criminal ones?
So when that's that question, the answer to that.
Yeah.
Once you've done that, you just go through to that side and introduce Jim.
So respond to the question and then introduce Jim.
Yeah, so talk around the question.
Do you know what I mean? Okay.
Flick through to that slide,
Okay.
introduce Jim. There'll be some seats down here,
Okay.
and you just go and take a seat, basically.
All right,
You're
fine.
On stage till
And will Jim be on stage at that point in time?
no, you
So he'll. And who's going to?
panel in the centre.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. Fine. Okay. Fine.
So when Richard asks that second question and talks about the answers, that will then come up. He will then introduce you. He will then go and sit down on some seats that will be over there, and then you will come on stage and do your.
So I'm not introducing. Okay.
No.
So each successive guest will introduce the next one. So
Yes.
Richard to Jim, Jim to Darren, and Darren to Paul. Yeah.
Yes.
Come up. Thank you.
And then the seats will be over there, and then once you.
Are you in, is Richard introduced?
Yeah. What would you? How would you like me to introduce you?
Then if I might come from that side, it's only like milk with the applause. Otherwise, we'll just cross over there.
Well, Richard's going that way to sit down.
You're going to go that way.
Yeah, there'll be some seats over here, and so in a sense, after each speak, will be Bill and
I've got it on.
So yeah, so if you
Okay.
very quickly introduce.
So I'd now like to introduce Jim Davison, OBE, Chairman of Care After Combat, to talk you through a little more about the charity. Jim.
So you head that way. I should.
Thank you. Okay. Right. Peter Piper just was popping a little bit, I think. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I shall. I don't want to be fussy. Can you turn them off? I think you're probably right. There's enough from here. It's just I sound as if I'm down a well. Is that it? Okay. I'll stroll about here then. Can you turn me down, please? Because down. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. If you can just fade me up a tad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's great. Now I've gone loud again. I can't deal with that. Sorry, I hate to be a fuss. I just know what I can do. Just down a bit, please, because I'm getting... Hello. I'm getting a bit of that. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the chairman of Care After Combat. We do, Simon Weston, Catherine Jenkins, Andrew Griffiths MP, and a scary chap from Hereford called Goose. And our job is to do drink, drugs and prisons. And when we've done that, we try and help some veterans. This is a wonderful opportunity for us to join in, etc., etc., etc. And I know that a lot of people scratch their heads and say, why would we want to employ a veteran from Her Majesty's Armed Forces that has spent time in prison? Well, I don't know the answer to that. I believe you've got to take a leap of faith, exactly like those soldiers took a leap of faith when they signed up to defend us all. Everybody makes a mistake, and I'm not saying we suggest that we treat servicemen and women any different from anyone else. If they do the crime,
they do the time. What we want to do is to make sure they don't do that again. We're reducing reoffending. We've had 100% success so far, and initiatives like this are going to help enormously. Not only will it help to fill the gap that's left by the amount of lorry drivers and the people that are needed in this industry, but it will also show that this industry always has had a heart, and now it's got an even bigger one to give a chance to our veterans who we all love. Our veterans that fought in our wars are not victims. It's not, oh, those poor soldiers, what can we do with them, those poor soldiers? They're not victims. They are young men, professional soldiers, highly trained in the art of warfare. But let's look at it like this. We sent them to do the job. When they come back, we must deal with the consequences. Road to Logistics are dealing with those consequences, etc., 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 etc. So I thank you very much. We hope to be involved, not just with veterans, but also overseeing any whatever or down down that and thing. And yes, I do believe with Leslie that it is absolute deep joy, and the woman that drop it and all the floppy doodle it and all down that, and to eat the Yorkie, and to pull up and have to eat those shit breakfasts with all those men must be awful. And at least we will now get lorry drivers without the crack of their arse showing over the back of their jeans. So I'm with you, Leslie. This is fantastic. Knights of the road. Now, just got better. I'm waffling around just to check this PA system. Let's go over here. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honour to be here. Thank you.
Sure, they're even on. Is your mic? Yeah. Oh, it should be. Hello, testing, testing, testing. So yeah, just read that question out, and the audio on. Right, go for it.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, I think you should join me in thanking Richard, Jim, Darren, and Paul for what is a really groundbreaking and world-class initiative. Please give them a big round of applause. Right, after hearing about Road to Logistics, here is the question. Would your organisation recruit programme graduates? You know how it works. Vote yes, no, or we'd consider it. Okay, on to our next session. And this is from the director of Fowler Welch. Would you please welcome Nick Hay, their managing director? And then I'll flesh that out a little bit, but we don't want too much bio, do we?
No, that's fine. Just, I mean, to be honest, once you've introduced his name and title and
It'll be in the program, will it? All that stuff. Good.
that's that side. So we've got that holding slide for you at the end.
Yep.
And then we've got a few slides on the afternoon program.
Yeah.
So this is this bit just to introduce
Yeah.
me. So we've got this sessions, future of the industry from the manufacturer's perspective, hosted by yourself, Chris Walton. I've got some animations here which kind of introduce each speaker, but would you prefer me just to have one slide with everyone on it?
I think with everybody on it, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll get rid of that as well.
Yeah.
Then move on to the workshop programs. So cover off main stage, then workshop programs. So, and all you need to say really is that the microlized workshop covering technology. Oh yes, there is. Right. Martin Flack.
It's 3 Nigel Butlers.
Yes, I haven't changed the title. Yes, Martin Flack and Bob Morris. I will change those. You're going to change it? I'll change that. So the microlized workshop is going to cover technology topics.
Yep, RHA, session social compliance, medical. Okay. Let me just do that then. Okay, we are approaching lunchtime now, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank all our speakers for their contributions. Would you please join me? And also to say this is such a successful conference. So many of you attend, and it has become the absolute highlight in the transport logistics industry calendar. And that's because of your constant attention and your constant support. But it's not over yet. We have a full packed afternoon. After lunch at 1:30, we have on the main stage Road Transport 2020, which is the truck manufacturers talking about the future of the industry. Then we have the microlized workshop, sessions focused on technology, an RHA workshop, sessions focused on compliance, and a motor transport workshop, sessions from innovative exhibitors and sponsors.
Which is that one. Okay.
Okay.
And then we've got reminder of the date for next year.
Okay. And remember, our next, which would be the 6th.
17th, sorry.
No, it would be the 6th conference, wouldn't it?
How many have we run in a row, Bob? Because there was, I think this.
We started in
It's concurrent. How many have we run
about
concurrently?
98.
I think you've done 5.
Yeah, let's just say 5 on this scale, because we did one in 2004 at the Williams Formula One
Okay.
place. Which,
It might not be worth mentioning because I'm not sure.
No, all right.
Let's just say,
If a
yeah,
fact
just
gets
say-
in the way, can't
Yeah, we
okay.
don't want to brag about it, because it's only the last 5 people remember.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so the next one's the 6th one.
So remember your next Microlized Conference, 2017, May 17th, here, same place. We think same time. So lunch, I'd like you all back in sessions at 1:30. Thank you very much indeed.
There's a final slide there, just turned off, which just says, thanks for coming. Enjoy the afternoon programme.
Okay, and I'll give it a bit of a kind of punctuation mark at the end.
Yeah. I think the key thing there is it's not, the conference isn't over at that
No,
point.
no, no, no.
And that's why we've moved the team to the start to do a welcome rather than a
Okay.
coming job.
Good.
So that's it. Right.
So do you want to do it from the top with the slides, or are you happy?
Yeah. Do you want, I think the other key thing Hello. Guys, can we jump to the slide before the Microlize Driver of the Year Awards, please? Which is the start of morning 2. Guys, can we go to start of morning 1? Thank you. Two, sorry. Right, so we're now just going to quickly run through the Driver of the Year stuff, because I think that's the other bit we've got to...
Yeah, catch you in a bit, Paul.
So that's at the start of morning 2.
Okay, let me just... Shall we not go...
I just want to do this because this bit's a little bit more complicated, and we've got to get this.
Are we going to print one and sit here?
Oh, yeah,
We'll
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. So welcome back. So let me...
So this is, what's this?
Driver of the Year thing, but it's not finished. Guys, can we go to the first slide of morning session 2, please? Right, okay. Yeah. So, you've got your just holding slide. So this is where you come back on. So there's no openings thing for this, but you're just...
But we've got some questions.
We have.
Right, okay.
So
welcome back, everybody. We've had loads and loads of questions. Here are some that have come through already. Does the driver...
Sorry, these aren't questions from the audience at this point.
Okay.
There's more questions that we just want to ask because it sets the scene. These are skills-related questions which then feed into the majority of the agenda to come.
Okay. So we have some skills-related questions we'd like you to answer, and they are: does the driver shortage remain a key issue for your business? 1 for yes, 2 for no, 3, there is no shortage. Give you a few seconds to think about that one. On to the next. Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, guys,
we're going to run a clock.
Through the questions, that's fine. Yeah, so you do vote now, and then they'll run the timer.
So for every question, once you've read out the answers, it's a vote now, and that's the verbal trigger to the guys with the Lumi devices.
Guys, just skip through to the end of the questions or back to the main deck. Imagine we've asked the questions. Right. So at this point, so we've asked those questions.
So I say vote now, and the clock goes down, then on to the next one. Okay.
Read the answers, vote now. The timer appears, and then the slide will change to display the answers we've received. And then when you finish talking to that answer, as much as you want, we'll then move on to the next question.
Do you want to run through?
Can I?
Yeah,
let's just have a quick look.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, can we just go back to the start of the slides for this session? We are going to just run through the questions. Okay.
Welcome back, everybody. Now, we have some skills-related questions we'd like your feedback on. So here is the first one. Does the driver shortage remain a key issue for your business? 1 for yes, 2 for no, 3 for there is no shortage. Vote now, please. Okay, and unbelievably 40% said there is no shortage. Right, okay, next question. Other than drivers, is there a broader skill shortage in the industry? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Vote now.
Do you want want to add, there's no shortage in that one as well, so they're saying you're giving them 3 answers.
That one we wanted to be clear, is it? Because that's a yes, no.
Yeah.
You don't need to be consistent with them.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Well, everybody
If you
knows
had a
there is a
fluffy
general.
The data gets corrupted. Okay, and the next question. Will you be working in the transport industry in 5 years' time? Tricky one, that one. 1 for yes, 2 for no, 3 for maybe. Vote now.
It might be sort of worth joking, reminding people that this is anonymous collected data.
Yeah, okay.
So it's worth going back to the bosses. That question's all about are they part of the problem? In a sense, are they part of the solution?
Oh dear. Right, and how many of these questions are there, Jonathan? And the final question, is your organisation taking action to attract new talent into the industry? 1, yes, schemes, programmes in place. 2, yes, some activity. 3, no programmes in place. And 4, not sure. Vote now, please.
Do you feel that's one too many questions?
No, I think one of the great things about this is it's collecting of data. You're on the internet all the time about stuff, and I think that's really good.
Okay. So you'll talk about that last one, and then just, okay. So talk to the answer, then move on back to the deck. Guys, back to the main deck now, please, for the next slide. Thank you.
Right, it gives me enormous pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce someone who is extremely interested in this industry. She is a representative of TransAid, and she will talk about the importance of transport infrastructure in the developing world. Please give a very warm welcome to the Princess Royal, Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal, patron of TransAid.
She will talk.
Yeah.
She will not be wired up. She will talk to them, lectern mic. Okay. Okay, so Quentin goes off stage. Princess Anne, so should we run through this sort of?
I go off.
You'll head off stage.
Yeah.
When she's finished speaking, she will remain on stage. So in a sense, and so we'll progress the slides at this point. She'll take a step back. So she's loitering sort of here. You will then come on to introduce the Microprize Driver of the Year. Now, most of the vast majority of all the awards have been given out this evening. So the only one that we're giving out tonight is the overall winner. So there is only one award.
Okay.
There'll be a trophy that's placed over there during the break. So Bob, we need to decide when you come on stage.
Yes, because I'm going to be sat down here with said trophy.
Yeah. So we've got the introduction to the awards. But then we've got the video.
So I've got to, do you want me to introduce these, or okay?
So we've got one video that basically tells the story. You need to say little because this has all the information. So it is a short video to tell you more about the Drive Year Awards.
Yeah.
So so far.
This is the second one, isn't it? Awards.
Yes.
How many applicants did you have for the first one?
Yeah, I think he's a bit fuel. I didn't break it all.
Just nice.
And how many this year?
Doing the opposite of what we're doing day to day.
MEN, Bus, the proud sponsors of this event. We're all about promoting efficiency and promoting safe and economic
skip to the end of the video, please.
Over 110,000 drivers, the 22 drivers here today, are the best of the best.
It would be nice to go to work every day with such a cars, but obviously it's not the case. Bit of that.
Right, great, thank you. So at this point, we come back to this slide, and then we're going to just remind people of the winners of the categories. No, they will have been named at the VIP dinner.
Right.
So we'll just say, there's three.
Okay.
Three distance categories, and this in a sense is our shortlist for the overall winner. So by winning the category, you are then up for winning the main overall award.
This tonight, actually, as well, so I'll steer you through this. It's straightforward, but we're handing out the awards tonight for all of these categories. So Giorgio will already have had a short distance award. Because the way the data's been divided up, we've got three categories. So we're almost at the top of the pyramid because all of the analytics work that Nottingham University did said the clusters were in distance. So what we've done is we've had a short distance driver of the year award, a medium one, and a long one, and then the overall winner comes from one of those three. So these guys tonight will present the awards to them at the dinner. So they will have them, and we will have the overall driver of the year award, which will be just sat up there tonight.
Right.
We won't actually be presenting that. That's what Princess Anne will be presenting.
I've got another document for you over there, which is detailed all that's ready for this evening, so you haven't got to.
That's good.
It's all.
Well, to be honest, I'm sat with you. It's very straightforward. It's very laid back this evening. So we're just going to have a.
But we need to get this absolutely right tomorrow with.
So the video will show the winners getting their awards.
Okay.
And at the end of it, and it says, and now to reveal our overall, the overall winner, or something like that.
Let's just do this. So can I invite Bob on stage to help me present the awards? Let's just recap the winners of the distance category. Short distance winner, Giorgio Lacara. Round of applause. Next slide. The medium distance winner was Ian Couples. Round of applause. The long distance winner was Kevin McLeod. McLeod, okay. And was that just it, 3?
Right, and then we've got this. So you click through the button. We've got, and then this will come on. Now, and then.
Right, I might be over there. Okay.
So
And I've got to have this.
I mean, all the information apart from this sort of intro. This is just a process stuff.
Yeah.
So we played the video. Now to reveal the winner, we'll go through the shortlist. We've got this slide. Now it doesn't matter if you go onto that too early because it doesn't have the name of the winner.
Right. Well, look, can that go automatically?
Onto what?
Can they do that rather than me? Because I'm going to have an envelope and everything. So, and the winner is. So, where does the envelope come from? Somebody gives that to me.
I'll have the envelope to give to you. So you'll take that.
It gives me enormous pleasure to say that the overall winner of the 2016 Microlise Driver of the Year Award is.
Everyone close their eyes.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to see.
Fake name, obviously, at this point.
Yeah. Could we have whoever it is up on stage, please?
Yep. And he will come up. Now you.
Let's just do this. So, do we need any marks on stage?
So that might be a good idea, actually.
The slight problem we've got is it kind of depends where Princess Anne sort of floats to.
Well,
the trophy will be over there.
If we stay, so the trophy's going to be over there, is it? So I really need to come on stage.
Yeah, you come on stage there.
So I'll go and stand over there with the trophy because I'll go around the back. And I'll be there. I'll come onto that tent.
With envelope and trophy.
Yeah, trophy. Yeah. So she'll be waiting here. I'll give you the envelope. I need to give her the trophy, don't I?
We'll have to play it a little bit. Ideally, she would go over there and stand near the trophy. But we'll have to play a little bit by ear. If we can, Madame Velasca to go.
She's a good sport. She'll be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I can pull the bloke around, but I don't think I can sort of.
Yeah.
No. Am I bringing the trophy up?
No, it will be on a little podium over here.
But you're bringing the envelope, or.
He will have the envelope.
I will have the envelope. Yeah. Okay.
So that's what I mean. We'll have to play a little bit by ear just to see where she is.
You and I will be talking. So what we'll do then is wherever as you get up, she'll have already plonked herself somewhere on here.
Yeah.
And you can just say to me that there or here. Just tell me which side to come on, and I'll hang around either here or over there. Yeah. That'll be the easiest thing. So I'll give you the card because really I don't want to be walking in front of her, do I? That's what we're trying to avoid.
No.
If you can come on and almost sort of say if you'd like to get and stand over there. I mean, she may not talk to you again.
Bob, there.
Yeah.
We'll try and brief her in about 18 months to sort of stand somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, good. Right.
So that point, Guy will come on stage, lots of round of applause, shake hands. She will then give him the trophy, shake hands. The photographer will.
Yeah, you need that photo opportunity because that's the killer shot for the whole conference, really, isn't it?
So he will emerge somewhere here, and there'll be a nice photo sort of here.
Good.
You know, looking at camera, and then everybody leaves stage, and it will better go that way because she will be set.
Right.
Fine. Good. Okay.
So all we've got to work out is which side of the stage I come on with the envelope. Really,
I think we should settle that you come on there because if she's going to be the lectern,
she's not going to go
no,
far.
she's not.
She'll just step back here. I would guess. Yes,
Yeah,
that's what
and
I
then
would
you
actually
come
do.
over here. There's more chance of you crossing over from that side than there is from that side, I reckon.
Yeah.
The other option, because we haven't put that reserve stuff out yet, we could actually base everybody over here if you felt that was going to be to walk across the stage. I don't know. I mean, we've planned everyone to come here because it's easier to get to where they're speaking.
I would keep everybody that
Yeah,
side because
okay.
it's what we've always done. We've always been on the right-hand side of the stage as you look at it. Yeah.
And then can we make sure we've got some branding up there as well for that photo opportunity? You want your Microlives logo there?
Yeah, there's no Microlives logos on it.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll put another slide in there, which is the nice branded graphic.
Yeah, yeah. Driver of the year. I just think it.
We'll
You know,
probably not get that in the photo anyway, just because of the angle, but we can.
make sure there's someone at the back who takes it as well.
Okay. Put our Microlives back on.
Yeah, big rosette.
So once all that's finished, everyone leaves stage and we come back to this slide, which is just your name.
Yeah, I'll do another round of applause.
Yeah. And that's then you introducing
Leslie.
Now when you, so we'll go on to that slide, so when you start talking about her, her next slide then is a walk-on video, so we'll obviously handle all that.
Yeah, fine,
when you
good,
introduce
good,
her.
good. So the less pressing of buttons I have to do, the better. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Well, it makes
I'm
it
up there
easier
with
'cause
comms, so I can talk, if they get behind or miss a step,
Fine,
I'll
good,
tell them.
good.
Yeah,
No,
no,
that's
it's really
absolutely
just-
fine. See you tomorrow.
See you
Or later on.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be there soon, Tim, if you're all right to hang on. So yeah.
Fine, good. So Leslie from, because we're full of good causes this time, which is great. I mean, her presentation, fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good, yeah.
So that's her.
Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm good. So all I need you to do is just to make sure I don't have to deal with any slides.
Fine. Yeah. That's fine. Cool. So let me give you that now. We're going to have to just run through Tim's slides. Do you want a copy of that, Bob?
Yeah, give us a copy of that so I've got it for the evening. And have you got a copy of?
This, in a sense, is
Have you got a copy of the day one as well?
Can get
Can
you
you,
one.
yeah, can you print me one out?
Right. So what we've done is basically put this in order.
Great.
So you've got a few key bullets as to when you're sort of introducing the awards.
Yep.
So I'll try and meet you up there a bit beforehand because there'll be some slides and we can run through those.
Okay, so timing-wise tonight, when does that begin?
Half 6 is when we're in the bar, half 7 is when we're sitting down. So you don't need to get there.
Good, right, okay.
I'll
Give you time to get back.
Yeah,
don't
to get
you?
back. So sitting. So when does the actual award start?
So we'll sit down for dinner at 7:30. We've then got the first. We've got a bit of road to logistics stuff. I haven't actually included the running order, which is a bit daft. This is just the awards running order. So I'll make sure you've got that. But it's after the dinner and the stars remain course.
Fine, okay.
Then we're doing the awards.
Okay, so if I arrive at
If
sort of
you-
7:30.
Yeah, if you arrive at 7:30, you pretty much come straight to the table. If you're a bit late, don't overly worry.
Yeah, and if you're there a few minutes early, we can have a quick.
Okay,
obviously,
I
let's go
just
through
need a
the
bit
slides.
of time to
But again,
absorb
I
this.
will be
Fine.
doing the slides.
Good,
So you
good.
ain't got to worry about any of that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no slides, and it really is. To be honest, all you need is bullet points, and as long as you've got the information for each of the awards. But we'll have time between the awards
So for each
if we
award,
need to.
we've got which award it is, an overview of the award. You can literally read this if you want. Who the shortlists are, and again, I'll be running all the slides through this, and then a winner introduction, and then there'll be an envelope again. So we open the envelope, and there is a little lectern up there for you to
Fine,
sort of base
good.
on with a
Good, that's
envelope
fine.
and
That's
all that.
great.